We open on Superboy Prime telling us his story. He was always my favorite superhero, and not just because we shared a name, Clark Kent. I used to pretend I had powers just like his, and that one day we'd team up, but then the crisis happened. I got my chance to be Superman, for real. It was a dream come true, until it became a nightmare. I lost everything, my family, my friends, my whole world, and I got angry. I made some mistakes. Instead of following in Superman's footsteps, I became his archenemy. Eventually, I was given a redemption arc, and I used it to help save Superman. I sacrificed myself to stop some lame Batman ripoff, or so I thought. I woke up in a new timeline made just for me, one where everything I lost was returned to me, my friends and family, and my powers. I used them to be a hero, but there was still one thing I wanted: a team up with Superman. We then shift to the present, where Time Trapper has brought Superman to team up with Superboy Prime. Superman looks confused, unsure who Superboy is talking to. Superboy just shrugs it off and says, You can trust me, Clark. This time we're going to save the future, together." Superman grabs him and yells, "You killed people!" Superboy counters, "That was at least 2 reboots ago. Besides, everyone I killed has been brought back from the dead since then." Superman turns to Time Trapper. "What is the meaning of this? Why bring him to me?" Time Trapper explains, "Superboy Prime is an anomaly outside of known time and space. Darkseid's Legion won't be prepared for him. You both have experience with the Legion, but while you'll see familiar faces and hesitate, Prime will not." Superman frowns. "Why do I have a feeling you're not coming with us?" Time Trapper answers, "I am needed elsewhere. Wherever you go, I cannot follow. If Darkseid catches me, all will be lost. This is only the beginning of the game, a game that comes with sacrifice if we are to survive." Superman then asks Superboy, "How do we get to the 31st century without Time Trapper?" Superboy smirks. "I'm glad you asked." Superboy starts punching a hole through reality. Confused, Superman asks, "What are you doing?" Superboy just shrugs. "Punching time and space, dude. The time stream is being watched, so we need a different route to the 31st century. This place isn't even real. Some pocket universe. Blah blah. Come on, get Silver Age with me." Superman joins him, and together they break through time and space. Superboy says, "As soon as we reach the future, our priority is to find Booster Gold." Superman frowns. "Who's that?" Superboy shakes his head. "Whoa, time really is messed up. A lot of people think Booster Gold was a joke, but if you pay attention, he's one of the greatest superheroes of all time, and we need to save him." Superman warns, "We're heading into a dangerous situation, Prime. Why are you acting like it's no big deal?" Superboy smirks. "Because I already know how this story ends. We'll get to the future, find Booster Gold, but Darkseid's Legion will show up. They'll outnumber us and kick our asses. Our backs will be against the wall, and just as they're about to finish us, all the different legions from a bunch of possible futures will appear in a massive 2-page spread and save the day. We all team up and defeat Darkseid's Legion. Trust me, it's gonna be epic." When they arrive in the future, something is wrong. The place looks like a nuclear blast hit it. Superman falls to his knees as he discovers Saturn Girl dead. Even though Superboy thought he knew what would happen, he's confused. Saturn Girl is dead, and 3 colossal boys. Whatever is happening in Superman's present is shaping this future. "You spent time with the Legion of Superheroes before," Superboy recalls. "When you were Superboy, Saturn Girl, Lightning Lad, and Cosmic Boy. They were fans, just like me. They only ever wanted to meet you. But instead, they showed you a future full of hope, a beacon of what the world could be. It was like a cheat code. They showed you that no matter how hard things got in your time, it was all worth it, that the future was safe with the Legion, and now it's all gone. The fight with all the different legions against Darkseid's army must have been incredible," Superboy says wistfully. "I wish I could have seen it." Superman glares. "You're enjoying this?" Superboy raises his hands defensively. "What? No. I mean, who doesn't love a good story with a bunch of punching in it, twists, turns, but killing this many characters? That's a lot, even for me. These were my friends, not characters," Superman yells. "What did Time Trapper mean when he said you'd be able to do what I couldn't?" Superboy hesitates. I got a redemption arc, remember?" "I don't," Superman interrupts, grim. "He meant you could kill them, that you could kill Darkseid's Legion." A voice cuts through the aftermath. The War of the Legions is over, and we lost. We all lost. All that's left is to bury our dead. It's Cosmic Boy. Superman approaches him and places his hands on his shoulders. Superman, is that really you? You shouldn't be here, he says, but Superman interrupts him. Rock, what happened? Are you the only survivor? Cosmic Boy motions for them to follow. The Legionnaire ring network is down, so we'll have to walk. They arrive at the base. Downstar turns to the others. Cosmic Boy returned, and he's bringing someone with him. She pauses, confused. Superman? Then, without hesitation, she jumps to hug him. Superman asks, "Is this everyone?" She shakes her head, still holding him. "I'm just so glad to see you, but you need to go back home now." The others can hardly believe it. They're seeing the real Superman. She explains, "We managed to hide a few Legionnaires in a secure location, but Gold Lantern, Kinetics, Polar Boy, and we decided to stay behind, to keep an eye on Darkseid's army." Polar Boy spots Superboy and shouts, "What about this psycho? Why is he here? The last time I saw that guy, he was trying to kill us." Superboy smirks. "I'm a good guy now, you substitute, but hey, if you want to test that, be my guest." "I've never used my heat vision on a snowman before." Cosmic Boy steps in. "Enough. Calm down, Polar Boy. We need both of them if we're going to stage a counterattack. And besides, Brainiac has a plan." Superboy raises an eyebrow. "Yeah, but which Brainiac are we talking about?" We shift to a scene filled with multiple Brainiacs, and one of them weird-looking strapped to a table. They explain, "During the Legion War, we managed to capture one of Darkseid's forces. This Brainiac isn't from our timeline. He's from a world created by Darkseid himself. Every cell of his body is infused with Darkseid's presence, but we've hacked his systems just enough to learn their base of operations, the old Time Institute. If we can lobotomize what's left of his mind, we might uncover more." Superboy rolls his eyes. "Great, just what we needed. Another guy who thinks he's the smartest person in the room. We're doomed." Superman shoots him a look. "Enough. That kind of talk doesn't help." Broken voice cuts through. "The brat is right, Superman. The future is dead. Hope is gone. Nothing we ever did mattered. All those lives we saved them for this torture. His Legion, they're like us, but not. Superman, they enjoyed hurting us. It was fun for them. Where they came from, they never had you to inspire them. They only had Darkseid. We're just kids pretending to be superheroes. They are the Legion now, and there's only one future. Darkseid's." Superboy mutters, "Yeesh. Way to be a downer, dude. Don't stress over these guys too much. Not exactly heavy hitters here. It's just you and me against them." Superman looks shocked. He steps towards Starman. "Tom, my old friend, you and I have had a few adventures together, in your time and mine." He offers him his hand. "You're part of a long line of heroes." They shake hands, and Superman says quietly, "Legacy. A legacy that goes back before me. A part of our past, our present, and our future. I know the Legion began because you were inspired by me, but the truth is, I was inspired by you, by the Legion. You've earned your place as the heroes of the future countless times, without my help. And the future, it's still unwritten. Even now, in your darkest hour, every bit of light is capable of defeating the darkness." The team gathers around, their spirits lifted, glad that Superman is the one leading them. Someone asks, "What do you want us to do?" Superman doesn't hesitate. "We find Booster Gold." They make their way to the Time Institute, where Booster Gold is being held. Time travel is outlawed, yet Darkseid's Legion has been abusing it to jump across the timeline. Prime asks, "Why are they keeping Booster alive?" Superman answers, "Only one way to find out. We need to be careful. It could be a trap, but since they don't know I'm here, we still have the element of surprise." Just then, something gnaws at Superboy. Wait, if Cosmic Boy has magnetic powers, why was he using a shovel to dig the graves? The question rips the cover wide open. Cosmic Boy transforms, revealing his true form, Chameleon. In an instant, he stabs through one of the Brainiacs. Superman lunges, attacking the imposter. Chameleon sneers. "So much for the element of surprise, Superman. You're making this too easy. We don't want to kill you. We want to break you, because if you lose hope, Darkseid will be unstoppable." He shifts into a familiar face. "You'd never hurt a friend," he mocks. That's when Superboy smashes his head in. "I would," Dawnstar shouts a warning. "They're coming. The rest of them are heading this way." Superman cradles the dying Brainiac. With his last breath, Brainiac whispers, "It's okay. At least my final act with the Legion was with you." "Long live the Superman." Superman's eyes flare red with rage. Superboy yells out, "Save the tears for later, find Booster Gold." Superman roars into the shadows. "Darkseid, show yourself. You want to fight me? I'm right here." The scene shifts to Booster Gold. He's chained to a massive stone, bound by glowing magical chains. His eyes widen in shock. "Superman? You got my message? Sending Validus back worked?" As Superman strains against the chains to free him, he replies cautiously, "That depends." "Are you really Booster Gold?" Booster scoffs. "Geez, everything's really turned into a 'what have you done for me lately' situation, huh? A guy takes a few months off and suddenly everyone forgets him. But listen, you shouldn't be here, Superman. You don't know what I've seen. What Darkseid has planned. We can't beat him. Not this time." Superman asks softly, "What happened?" Then adds, almost guilty, "I'm sorry to say, whatever Darkseid did, it erased you from my memories." Booster's face falls. "So that's why no one came. I thought maybe I just didn't matter enough." He takes a breath and begins to explain. "It all started when the new Justice League was forming. You invited me to join. I remember that moment. It meant everything. But something changed. After Darkseid died, I volunteered to enter the rift he left behind. Mr. Terrific said I had the right kind of chronal energy to make the trip, to keep the other worlds safe, but he was wrong. I didn't go to another world. I went to this future." Booster's voice hardens. "I stayed ahead of them for 2 years while they waged wars with different legions from across time. But I couldn't just hide. I saw the good legions losing, and I had to help. That's how they caught me." Superman looks stunned. "You've been here for 2 years?" Booster shakes his head. "That was before they chained me up. Now, I have no idea how long it's been." Superman grips the chains tighter. "How long it's been doesn't matter. Let's get you home." But a voice cuts in from the shadows. "You don't have a home to go back to, Superman. It's Darkseid's Legion. The future belongs to Darkseid, and soon the past and present will as well. Time Trapper thought he was clever, dragging you here, but he just set you up to fail. And you know it too. My powers can sense it inside your mind. The doubt, the worry, the burden." The voice grows colder. "But don't worry. We're not going to kill you. Our master wants you alive, so you can watch as he ends everything." Superman takes a breath and tells the Legion the only thing he's worried about is what he's going to do when he finally gets his hands on Darkseid. But before he can finish, a blast of energy slams into his back. Superman stumbles forward. Booster Gold tries to make a run for it, only to get stopped cold. Electricity wraps around him as one of Darkseid's soldiers sneers. "Where do you think you're running off to, loser?" And then a voice cuts through the chaos. The same hopeful speech about legacy and the future. It was inspiring, but Superman's heart, it blinds him to the truth. Because the truth is, they've already lost. And if you can't beat them, you join them. The one saying it, Superboy Prime. His hand wrapped tight around Superman's throat.